Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Witcher 3. I decided to start off here at the statue of Lebiota because I just wanted to see it one last time. It's kind of cool. Yeah, look at that. The completed statue. I wish I had stopped by at a point where I can see him from the front, but this will have to do. Yeah, pretty good. Anyways, we're going to move on. So last time we finished up all of the places of interest in Tucson, and by doing so, we also finished up this Night for Hire side quest. Now all we have to do is just turn it in at the one dude sitting in the, I don't know, that one house where he gives us rewards for clearing out the bandits and solving problems here in Tucson and whatnot. Unfortunately, throughout my journeys here, I wasn't able to rescue many of those knight errants who have been, fighting the bandits, because they can literally take maybe 2 or 3 hits and then they just die. So it's not my problem if they are so squishy. All I can hope for is that, I kill the bandits before the bandits killed the knight. But I did manage to save one of them, as I did at the end of the last episode. So, I mean, it's not a total loss, I suppose. For now, it's time to reap the rewards for saving the people of Tucson. See what this Camerlengo dude is going to give me.
Greetings, Knight. My most heartfelt gratitude, sir. Compensation for your sacrifice.
Okay, 600 crowns. Oh, I guess that's it. Wow. Oh, and he gives me a shield.
Well, see you later.
Go in peace for a night.
And a letter to the Alderman of Fox Hollow. And that's that. The Night for Hire quest is now complete. Let's take a look at what this guy gave me here. So we got this shield. Oh, it's a trophy for Roach. That's cool. Let's take a look at it. It doesn't even have a name or anything. Or description. It's just a thing that I can put onto Roach. Let's see it. Oh, come on, Roach. Work with me here. There it is. That's pretty cool, I guess. Is that the emblem of Beauclair? I can only imagine that it is. Alright, well, pretty cool. So that we get as reward finishing up the Knights for Hire quest. And also this letter. Let's see what it has to say. Dear Elderman, I was to write to you upon reaching Bellhaven. I reached it, so I write to you. I am safe, healthy. No one followed me. No one asked about anything. Why would they? That whole Oxenfurt is a land far, far away up north. That's what we planned. I'll cool up there a while and be back sometime before winter. Things should have calmed down then. What's key is for folk in the village keep their mouths shut tight. They do that, how will anyone find out he even made it to Fox Hollow? He could have been killed by Vandegilders along the way, could he not? Just go tell Severin to pour quicklime down that hole and drop in a torch, just in case. Quicklime, that will do the trick. Turn both that smarty trousers body and those old skeletons into molten sludge in a snap. For who the bumblazes knows when the next scholar will show. I hope you go back to selling those pots quick, because I left in a hurry, with a much lighter pouch than I'd like, and I don't intend to leech off my brother-in-law much longer. Ivis Vinnock. Is this talking about that one knight that cooperated with bandits to raid the city's caravans and stuff? If it is, then that's very random of this Camerlengo dude to give me, because I don't think he has anything to do with that. Well, anyways, he calls the place Oxenfurt. That's adorable. Alright, well, I guess we're just done here. There is this one other thing I want to do. By the way, guys, we finished up 99.9% of all the side quests in this entire game at this point. But this one, the Black Widow, I don't know how many of you actually watched the episode where I did this, but this is a treasure hunt that we found from I guess it's a key on a corpse that we found somewhere in a place of interest. And I swam out there in the middle of the lake.
Nice tune.
And there was just nothing there. I spent maybe 20 minutes swimming around trying to find some kind of treasure that was supposed to be marked here. But it wasn't. Now, this really reminds me of this one treasure hunt that we did in Velen called Coastal Rex, or Coast of Rex, where what happens is, with the Enhanced Edition, I'll explain it again, because of the way the economy was modified, loot became much scarcer, and this is not supposed to affect quest treasure chests, but I guess it's a glitch that it does. So for the Coast of Rex quest in particular, we needed to loot 3 treasure chests, and the quest won't update until you loot all 3 of them. But what happens with the Enhanced Edition and the scarcer loot is the glitch accidentally took the loot away from one of the quest chests, and by doing that we won't be able to loot it, and therefore won't be able to complete the quest. But I guess coming back after a while just reset the chest apparently, and then I was able to loot it again. So I'm hoping it would be the same thing with this Black Widow side quest, and I will just be able to loot whatever is down there. Or maybe I'm just not finding it. Seems unlikely because I spent a long time down there in the water trying to find it, and this would have been, I don't know, maybe 20-30 episodes ago. I just couldn't do it. So let's see if we can find it this time, and hopefully we can just close out this side quest for good. So yeah, we need to find some kind of casket within the sunken wreck. Let's find out if we can do it. And by the way, guys, there's this one other side quest in this game that we won't be able to complete. I just show it off real quick. It's this one right here, collect them all. This one requires us to collect all of the Gwent cards in this game. Now, because I'm playing with a mod called Gwent++, that actually modifies a lot of the Gwent cards, I think almost all of them, the quest just glitches out and I won't be able to finish that one. So yeah, unfortunate, but hey, this is just one of the quests. Probably the only quest that we won't be able to do. Alright, so now let's see if we'll be able to loot this thing. I mean, I could just be crazy and it's like I just can't find it. That's perfectly possible. Kind of unlikely though, because I'm sure I have done this quest before at some point. I just don't remember it, and I didn't seem to have any trouble finding it the first time, so I don't know why I should be having so much trouble finding it this time. But on the other hand, if it is just the result of this bug, then there won't be anything I can do about it. It has to stay in our quest log forever. Because yeah, right now I have my Witcher senses active, which means, you know, I should be able to see any kind of lootable treasure. It is asking us to find a casket. I don't know. I would be much more inclined to think it is a bug if I actually saw a casket that I can't loot. But I don't see any casket here. Like, there's a crate down there. I don't know if the game thinks caskets and crates are the same thing. I mean, I suppose, maybe in some contexts, but... Okay, let's just swim around for a little longer, and then I'll just give up because, you know, this is kind of insignificant, but my OCD is trying to get this quest done, and I just can't do it. Alright, one last lap, and then we're out. Yeah, I could have sworn it's just right down here somewhere. Yeah, so this is a crate. If you want to say that's a casket, sure, but I wouldn't call that a casket. And these fish, what the heck are they doing here? Alright, well, running out of breath here. Can't find it. I guess we're just gonna have to leave this quest. Just do understand, guys, I tried everything in my power to do this quest, and I tried twice, couldn't do it. That's just too bad, I suppose. Alright, we're gonna move on. Let's see here. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think it's just something about my ability to find things. I'm gonna feel so dumb if I just swam like 10 laps around that ship and just couldn't find this casket, and it wasn't a bug all along. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more that's possible. Because typically with Enhanced Edition taking loot away from chests, you get to see the red glow for a moment, and then as you approach it, it disappears. But for this one in particular, I never even got to see the red glow. Oh well, whatever. If someone in the future would point out in the comments that I did mess up and that's something I could have looted, then I'll come back and I'll do it. I won't record it or anything, but I might mention it in one of my future videos or something like that. I don't know. So our next objective, we're going to need to come over here to Bassain Farms. There is one last side quest that we have yet to complete, and then we will be done with everything. So yeah, we're going to devote this episode basically as the very last episode where we will be doing side quests, and then that will be it. Yeah, I don't know. We might actually just end up the entire series on this episode, but likely not. I'll probably end it off a little earlier than usual, if there's really just like nothing else to do. But this won't be the last episode. The next one will be. So for now, we still have a side quest to do. Here we go. It's a really pretty place. Yeah, so this is one of those, this Pinastre's Hermitage is one of those places that's completely unmarked on the map. But there is a side quest here, so it's very easily missable, but if you just explore a little bit, you'll be able to find it.
Give me peace, please. What makes you insist on me as your victim? Why choose me to torment? Begone, foul spirit.
Alright, well, we're not the foul spirit she's talking about. Let's see what's wrong with her.
You're tormented. By what?
Forgive me, but I must ask directly. Are you a man? I no longer trust my senses.
Yes, no, I'm a Witcher. No, Witcher are still men, right? Yeah, they just mutated slightly, but we're still a man.
Yes, meaning I'm physical, no specter or vision if that's what you fear. Don't trust your senses? Why?
A foulness, a demon or wraith haunts me, grants me no rest. It wants something. I sense this, but know not what. Each day it appears, tarries, then leaves. It's here now, there, beyond the trees.
Don't see a thing.
Of course not. It cannot be seen.
Yet you see it?
Only when I drink the brew, which brings a pain to my head, nausea. But I endured these to keep an eye on the wraith, my tormentor.
Well, do you know what this spirit thing looks like?
This demon of yours, can you describe it?
It is an enormous horse, its hoofbeats pounding in the dark. It gallops to me, stops, stares, then runs on.
Sure it's not just a wild horse, run-of-the-mill?
The creature is not of this world. When it gazes at me, a terrible chill pervades my soul. It is evil condensed, its eyes black, void. Each time it comes, terror grips me. I cease what I'm doing, still my breath and heart.
Okay, now let's ask about this brew.
What's your brew made of? Gotta wonder what's causing such strong visions. You drop in some mushroom, jumper tub, dancing dewlap?
Close. The common grey top. I see you know your herbs.
Grey top? Variety's extinct if I recall correctly.
Nearly, but not quite. I was able to grow a few from dried spores. I'd hoped a brew of grey top would reveal this nightmare. I was not wrong.
Far as I know, grey top produces some powerful side effects. Though it can, in fact, reveal the hidden, the immaterial.
Yes, I see the evil. Better that than to know it is there, but not know where.
Well, I mean, if you are consuming some kind of a strange concoction and then getting hallucinations, is that really something worth investigating? I mean, people hallucinate all the time after taking drugs, right? Let's see how much he's willing to pay for this contract.
Need to talk about how much I'll get paid first.
Is it gold you want?
Orens or Novigrad crowns. Florins will work too.
I've none of any coin. I've nothing, in fact. Just potatoes in the cellar. A good crop this year. attend to this quickly, completely, and several sacks will be yours. Agreed?
Whoa. It's the first time we've gotten paid in food. But you know what? We don't really need potatoes. You can keep your crop.
If that's the case, no pay required. Need those potatoes more than I do.
Okay, let's see if we can help.
Fine. You seem sure something's out there. I'll see what I can do. Start by taking a look around.
Okay, so this quest is called Equine Phantoms.
What
We're gonna
must
look
I
for a
do
phantom
to
horse.
punish you, to rid myself of this torment?
Start with her house here.
Dead moths. Attracted to some ghosts like to the light of a candle. Seems there's at least some truth to the hermit's ravings.
Whoa, she actually has a cat. And as we all know, cats really do hate Geralt. They can sense magical energy from people, and they like the magical energy from sorcerers and sorceresses. That's why you see a lot of cats with different mages. But they don't like the energy coming off of witchers. And that's why every single time you approach a cat, they kind of hiss at you. That's not a coincidence. It's lore friendly. Okay, what do we have here? The flagellants. Flagellant? That's a weird word. Manifesto. Fellow sons and daughters of Lebioda, the end is nigh. Mend your ways and put your faith in the good tome, for our prophet has written, to shun the pleasures of the flesh and shirk from comfort is at times recommended, and to value one's neighbor's fortune above one's own comfort is commendable. That is why we, the 8th day flagellants, scourge ourselves and torment our flesh to ensure all folk of the world enjoy long and prosperous lives. Whatever evil, sickness, or misconduct lurks in this world's dark corners survives not because we have been negligent in striking our backs with the whip. Oh wow, that's totally unrelated to what we're doing here.
Top. Strong hallucinogen. Thought extinct. Don't often get to see that.
Maybe we can slip one in our pocket. Try to make some witcher potions out of it.
Drops of blood on the pillow. Trail of them leading to the window. Shutters closed tight. Need to check the other side, see if the trail continues.
Alright, so some blood here. There it is. These dead moths are kind of creepy.
Trail of blood starts at the pillow, ends here. Medallion's still vibrating.
Yeah, my controller also vibrated for a second there.
Then galloped into the woods.
Something drinks the hermit's blood at night. That I know. Gotta talk to her. Maybe she can tell me something more.
Alright. We are in vampire country, so that is a possibility.
Witcher.
So, she did have this note from the flagellant thing. It's still a really weird word for me.
Heard flagellants whip themselves to atone for all humankind's wrongs, to appease the gods, gain their forgiveness. That why you do it?
We've each our own reasons. I seek to atone for the suffering of a living being, which once fell victim to another's vanity. I care not for humankind, preferring instead the company of animals.
Fair enough, I can totally understand that kind of solitary life. So she is a standard herbalist.
Like to take a look.
Sells stuff. So let's see what she's offering here. Oh. Not a lot of exciting things. Yeah, I'm just checking these shops because ever since Gremist, who sold me the Wolf Talisman, I'm always constantly checking different merchants to see if they have anything unique to the Enhanced Edition mod. It's a good practice if you're playing this game, this mod in particular.
Most likely some kind of wraiths tormenting you. Can't tell what kind, though. Felt weak, spent lately? Notice bite marks on your skin?
As I said, I feel weaker by the day. And bites, of course. There are lice and midges here aplenty.
This isn't lice. Something much bigger drinks your blood while you sleep.
But I do not sleep. Not a wink. He's always present, always watching. I cannot bear it any longer.
Sadly, not much I can do. Can't exterminate it if I can't see it.
The Grey Top. I shall make a brew of it for you. I've 2 mushrooms left, enough for 1 dose. Perhaps then you'll see what I do.
Oh boy. We've had some bad experiences with consuming different mushrooms. The Cave of Dreams come to mind, where we had to help Blue Boy Lugos. Yeah, eating those mushrooms, we saw some pretty trippy stuff, but I suppose it has to be done, right?
This mushroom, even in me, could produce some nasty, unpredictable side effects.
True. There is no knowing how Great Top would affect a mutated body.
Okay, well, we gotta give it a try, right?
A proper brew could be our only chance to figure this out.
Let's do it. Time to trip out.
All right. High time we tried this.
Not the first time we'll be ingesting some kind of questionable substance.
If I start muttering something about unicorns or sorceresses, ignore it.
It always goes back to unicorns. Pretty sure Yennefer has ruined Geralt forever when it comes to looking at a horse with a horn. And so it begins. Yeah, first we gotta pass out. Oh yeah, that medallion's going crazy.
See no wraith.
Wow, this clover's amazing. Now that's what I call a bouquet.
Who said that?
Oh, you're awake. Had me worried. You were out way too long. Even considered giving you some white honey. Kinda hard to do with hooves, though.
Roach?
Yep. This is some very strong substance indeed. Now our horse is talking to me. I don't know if the horse is actually talking. Most likely not. It's probably because we're just tripping out, right? Just imagining Roach talking to us. But it's interesting nonetheless. Roach is supposed to be a girl though, so I don't know. Why do you sound so manly?
Your voice. It's, interesting. Gotta say, I expected a young mare to sound girlish.
Based on what? Your vast experience with talking animals? As far as I know, I'm your first.
Good point.
I don't know if you can count a werewolf as an animal, but if you can, then we've definitely talked with other animals before. So, seems mushrooms are the culprit.
Must be the brew that did this. Interesting side effect.
Great, isn't it? You should take this stuff more often. Got so many pointers I could give you.
Can't, sadly. Drinking this too often could prove fatal.
Roach, the mushroom expert. So now we can actually have a nice little conversation with our horse. And yeah, this is a question that I'm pretty sure every single Witcher 3 player would like to ask. How is it that when I whistle, Roach comes by so quickly no matter where she is?
Hey, know how you always show up when I whistle? How's that work exactly?
Well, you're my human. Gotta be there when you need me. Yes, I'll be there for you, as the world falls down.
Still kinda strange. How you cross the ocean when I call sometimes, then
Yeah.
get hung up on the tiniest fence. What's that about?
What can I say? Everyone's got limits.
And Roach's limit is spawning on top of a house whenever you call her, sorry, as shown by the Roach card in the online version of Gwent. So we're actually here to track down a wraith, but I would love to chat with Roach a bit more, but there's no more conversations we can have.
Listen, got this contract I need to finish before the brew wears off.
Right. Monster won't slay itself. Let me see. First up, I need to know what we're dealing with. Follow me, and try not to trample any plants or small animals.
That's fine, I'm an expert of not trampling over small animals.
Geralt, we gotta inspect this area closely. I'll look for clues. You stand there and... well, just stand.
Right.
Will you look at that?
Don't see anything here.
These are hoof prints. Not just any old horses either. These were left by an astral being. Otherworldly. We gotta follow them.
Left by a spectral horse. Okay. Where are they? Roach?
Geralt, look! This here's definitely a clue!
Well, first off, we can talk to this cat here, so let's do that. Oh, wait, no, don't go away, kitty, come back.
Lipio to keep you from hangovers too. Greetings. Lipio to keep you
Aww,
from hangovers.
I thought we could have a philosophical and insightful conversation with the cat. Oh, what about the cow?
Skesme.
Oh, whoa, this cow's speaking Elvish. Hey.
Greetings. Skesme.
Okay, what is this? Another cat.
Leave me alone, darn it. Clever man, is that it? Buck off. Leave me alone, darn it.
Okay. It's actually a lot of different animals we can chat with around here.
Greetings. Lipio to keep you from hangovers.
Here we have a wolf.
Ophir, have you been there? You've been to Zerrikania?
Maybe. We've met some people from Zerrikania, though.
Have you been there?
So, the morning after, is it? You look thirsty. Ooh, thirsty indeed.
All due respect. In need of a song, Sir Knight? Or an epic poem, perchance?
Oh my god, I would love to see a dog recite for me an epic poem. Please do that. Okay, I guess that's all the talking animals we can converse with. Let's check this out.
Dead moths often mean a phantom's nearby.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Now, what about the smell?
Same whiff I caught at the cemetery in Vizima when we were hunting ghouls.
The smell of... death.
Smells normal to me. Not taking me for a ride, are you?
Seriously?
Yeah, Geralt, that was not a good pun. Alright. You keep on doing your investigations,
All
Roach.
right. Now I know what we're up against.
Roach is the Witcher in this episode. We are just the
Geralt.
trusty companion.
Let's sum up what we know so far.
Actually, we don't know very much at all.
Don't know much. It's a spirit of some sort. Torments the hermit for some unknown reason. It's immaterial, so I've got no idea how to fight it. If we can even find it, that is.
Geralt, please, I got this. It's definitely an Umbra, an immaterial wraith. This one's assumed the form of a horse.
An Umbra actually makes sense. Umbrae are completely invisible, even to Witchers. But how can you be sure?
Because it's not invisible to me, Doofus. It's right over there. It's getting away! Come on, Witcher! Hop in the saddle! Gotta catch it!
Roach is a Witcher's horse after all. And a Witcher's horse has got to have the Witcher's abilities.
There's the Umbra! Let's go, Geralt! After it!
Let's go! Oh god, this is almost like a horse race.
Hey! Gotta save my strength a bit. No telling how long we're gonna need to keep running.
Okay, fine. We do have quite a lot of stamina, though.
Geralt, we gotta have a man-to-horse talk. No offense, but your riding skills, They leave a bit to be desired, buddy. You'd really do me a solid if you could, apply a slightly surer hand. Be a little more decisive about where you want me to go. Sometimes I got no idea, buddy. Do I go left, right, toward where I'm standing?
Yeah, and it'd be great if you could respond more fluidly to my commands.
Oh my god, I love it. They're actually acknowledging the fact that Roach is not the easiest to control
Heard
sometimes.
this one? Horse walks into a tavern, and the innkeeper says, "Hey, pal, why the long face?" Ah!
Actually, I have heard that one multiple times. I don't know what Roach is going on about.
Let's not lose sight of that Umbra. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's right there. Run, Roach.
What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
Oh, this is so good. I love it. As I was saying, I don't know what Roach is talking about Geralt not being a good rider. We literally won the tournaments on every single continent for horseback riding, so we are probably the best rider there is. Run, Roach.
For being candid, I gotta ask, why do you sometimes buck me off in the middle of a fight?
First I've heard. Don't recall that ever happening.
Of course you don't.
Oh, no you don't. That actually caused me to die once. There is that horse fear level after all.
Melted into thin air.
Okay, here we are. Let's see what's going on here. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh, fuck! Girls, watch out!
Apparition. Oh, they have a lot of health. Roach, some help? You can fight, right? Oh, jeez. They do so much damage. Okay, I gotta heal. They're not your everyday panthers. Alright. A lot of health and pretty aggressive. Oh. Oh no! Come on, Geralt. Oh jeez, this is so not good. I need to heal up a bit more. You know what? Let's supplement this White Raffids with another swallow. Come on. Oh. Can I actually them? Most likely not. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of slows him down for a second, but yeah, very difficult. The reason I'm blocking most of the time is because they attack so quickly. And if I take a hit, that's a lot of damage. Okay, one of them is dead. That's good. Let's drink another potion, though. No! Ah, good. Strongest panthers I've ever fought. Okay. Did they just die while still at half health? All the help you are, Roach. Just standing there. Oh, no, no, no. I didn't mean to do that kick. Okay. Oh, gee. Damn it. Wow. So much damage. Oh my god. Alright. I'm just gonna hold down my block for a while and let my potion do my thing, even though it's running out right now, and that's really worrisome. Because look at this. I have no opportunity to fight back. As soon as I try to attack, they would just attack me like that, and I'll take some damage. Ah. Alright. Come on, we can do this. We've taken down stronger things before. But I gotta say, that was among some of the stronger ones. Alright. Gave me a chest injury too. Thanks, Roach. Loved all your help. Oh, this is a little chest. Okay, sure, some money. And... oh, okay. Examine the gravestone. Here we go.
Marcello Clerici, knight. Died last year. Was more or less the same age as our hermit. Seems his spirit's become a horse-shaped umbra that's tormenting Penastri.
Why are you telling me this? I can read and draw my own conclusions.
Thinking aloud, that's all. Helps me focus.
Roach can read. That's news to me.
Geralt, it's the Umbra! Attack!
Let me explain.
Talk, but make it fast. Why are you tormenting the hermit?
She torments me, refuses to forgive me. I'm denied peace in the afterlife, and it's all her doing. Each day I come and beg her for clemency.
Beg her for clemency? You drink her blood, drive her mad with fear.
I don't know how to explain it, but yes, a monstrous force takes me. Though I also know I'll not have peace till the day Pinastri forgives me.
Alright, what's your relationship with this Pinastri woman?
You and the hermit, how do you know each other?
We met as babes, grew up side by side. I loved her. Yet she was always sad. Nothing could cheer her. The world terrified her. I thought her gloom came from being poor. So I did my damnedest to take us from our village, make us a better life elsewhere. Became a squire, took her with me to the palace. But Pinastri soon learned nobles are no more decent than peasants, not a speck. Once even I'd grown vile to her eyes, she fled the palace and joined the flagellants. I left the court to be near her, yet she cast me off. Said she didn't want to know me. When the whip bearers proved too hard-hearted for her too, she became a hermit. I see it clearly now, though I never understood her while alive. From the grave's dark depth, the living are bright, sharp flares. You see all their thoughts at once? Now I understand why she had to cast me off.
She's full of rage. Probably what turned you into an Umbra.
Well, nobles can be much worse than peasants. It's usually because of the way they are raised and their general lifestyle. At least it's true in these fictional stories. So, why the horse?
Why take the form of a horse?
A horse? What do you mean? Each day since I died, a power lifts me from my grave and makes me run. Then I return with blood in my mouth. I don't know what this is, how it comes to pass, but I do know the torment will continue until she forgives me. But she sees me as a horse, you say?
Seems so. Same way I saw you.
Okay, it seems like Geralt was just really bored while he was talking. There's even a yawn there. Okay, so what did this guy do exactly?
Must have hurt her something awful if she refuses to forgive you. Would rather see you suffer. What did you do?
To her? Nothing. But my horse, I flogged it to death. Pinastri, she saw this. A proud stallion, my Blaze. But he was a bucker, and tossed me during a tourney. One I'd wanted to win badly. Pinastri had been so glad they'd let me stand. Me, a peasant's son. I wanted to win it for her. But that horse made me lose. Rage overcame me. I struck and struck until at last he fell. Oh, the regret. I beg you forgive me. Absolve me in Blaze's very name.
This guy literally beat a horse to death. I mean, why would you do that? That's so cruel. Oh my. You know, you really should be asking another horse for forgiveness. Hey, look, we have a horse with us. Why don't you ask Roach?
Can't forgive you for that. Not in my power.
But your horse could? Please, I'd do anything. I'm desperate. Help me. Noble mare, forgive me my sin.
Does he deserve the mercy? I mean, I guess he really regrets doing this, and now he is trying to absolve his sins. Yeah, I guess before forgiveness, you have to come to understand what you did wrong first, and then you have to do penance, right? Which is he already did, because like dude's dead. So why don't we just forgive him, Roach?
Could free his spirit, pardoning him on behalf of his horse. But you shouldn't do it if you don't think he deserves forgiveness.
Did a rotten thing. Got no excuse. Your horse was loyal. Did the best damn job he could. 'Cause that's how we horses are.
True. I know I deserved what befell me.
But we aren't vengeful, don't hold grudges, don't dwell on being left in monster-infested woods. So, in your poor Blaze's name, I forgive you.
Oh, thank you. I feel it's incredible. Such relief, such lightness.
Okay. Good, Roach.
All right then. Guess we might as well head back. Penastri's nights ought to be ghost-free from now on. Anything to add, Geralt?
Nope. Let's go see her.
If this mushroom brew can have us talk to animals, we really need to consume it more often. But it's as Geralt said, they could be fatal even for a witcher, but still, it's worth it. Talking to Roach is like the best thing ever.
Phantom's gone. Shouldn't torment you ever again.
I felt a change. I did. As if I'd been released from a cramped, dank cellar. I had come to believe no one could help me. I'm grateful, Witcher.
Ought to thank my horse, actually. Phantom's departure, mostly Roach's doing.
Then I thank you too, noble creature.
Gotta admit, easy peasy with our powers combined. So, what now? We hit the path? Right to the nearest notice board? Rustle up another contract?
Exactly. Though, effects of the bruise waning, I can feel it. Won't be able to understand you soon.
That's horseshit. I mean, I got so much more I want to tell you, and...
Clever beasts, horses. Farewell, Witcher.
Oh, they are much more than just clever. These horses, I'm telling you. Oh, Roach. Never leave Geralt's side. Except for right now when I go exploring. Alright, let's see. Oh, some treasure chest here? You ought to find something here. Oh, okay. Nothing too exciting. Alright then. I guess that's the quest complete. Yeah, probably one of the more fun side quests here in the Blood and Wine DLC. Got to talk to Roach, got to take down the Phantom. I didn't really like those panther spirits that I had to fight. Those were a little bothersome, and actually really reminded me of those other panther spirits I had to fight when I was doing the mutations side quest. That was yeah, before we even really started this DLC. But in that fight, it was a lot easier because, yeah, we're in a more enclosed area, but Yerden also continuously did most of the damage for me, so And that one, that was fine. And this one, though, I don't know. It's just the damage they were doing. Anyways, it's over now. And obviously, I had my potions just carry me through that fight. I had to. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, as I said earlier, we're going to end this episode off a little early, just slightly. But before we do, we got some more books to read. Let's get on to it. Let's see, just a couple more. Let's see what we have here. Let's do 3 more. You know what? Seeing as how our episode is going to be ending a little earlier this time, I'm just going to read all the books I have available to me. That's quite a few of them, but it shouldn't take too long. Alright, so first one here. Journal of Research into Archospores. Day 1. I have stumbled upon an extremely curious species, the venomous archospore. So far, I have managed to distinguish 3 of its varieties, distinguished by colors: green, the most common, yellow, and finally black, which not only exhibit the most aggression, but also show the extraordinary ability to pollinate plants near instantaneously. Have I seen black archospores? I don't think so. They're mostly yellow, some red, I guess that's just blood. But I don't even know about green and black, huh? And day 5. My research into archospores continues. I think I have reached the point where observation is no longer enough to bring satisfying results. The species attacks mainly using a mandible located in the center of its flower, although when highly threatened, it may also spit toxic fluid. I was also able to discover archospores are particularly sensitive to fire, which may prove a useful piece of information regarding how to neutralize them if necessary. Day 6, I have made up my mind. Tomorrow I shall try to obtain a sample of the fluid. I have already begun preparations. Oh boy, whoever this is that wrote this, it couldn't have ended well for them. Even me, a witcher, cannot easily take on these archospores. I mean, this guy's just a researcher, right? Well, rest in peace. Monsters encountered of the third kind. Monsters encounters of the third kind? That's definitely a reference to Close Encounters. I once quarreled with a man who insisted no substantial differences separate Spriggans and Leshens. The knave riled me greatly, for he had seen nearly nothing of life, yet spoke with the haughtiness of a witcher or other such professional for whom monsters are his stock and trade. One evening at the inn, his blather soured my beer such that I decided to prove to him a Spriggan resembles a Leshen only in the most superficial ways. I thus took him deep into a wild wood, and together we walked up for upwards of 2 hours. I recalled having spied a Spriggan there a year earlier and had heard the beasts are not fond of changing their place of dwelling. During my previous encounter, I had taken great fright at once and run off as fast as my legs would carry me. Later, I found that if undisturbed, a Spriggan will rarely attack a human. Unfortunately, during my second encounter, I learned the hard way that noise disturbs them greatly. When my acquaintance began engaging in loud mockery and cruel ribbing, chortling in raucous laughter all the while, a monster suddenly sprouted out of the ground before our very feet. I could take no satisfaction in being proved correct, for the Spriggan knocked my unfortunate fool of a colleague to the ground in one powerful blow, and then trod him till his innards squirted out of every possible opening. That's so graphic. I tried to escape, but it was as if my legs had planted roots in the ground. Meanwhile, the Spriggan brought silence to the wood, shot me a stare, and then sauntered off, as if nothing had happened. And that was, I pray, my last encounter with the Spriggan, and the last time I shall have to explain to anyone why those monsters are different from Leshens. You don't have to tell me. I know very well that Spriggans are different from Leshens. First of all, they actually have a face. You know, it's like an old man's face. A Leshen just wears a weird bone helmet of some sort. And Leshens work closely with crows and attack using them. Spriggans just like summon roots and stuff everywhere. Alright, next one. The Ducal Chronicle 1st Edition. Ducal Chronicle, Tome 56, Lamis Salvine, 1268 excerpts. In the month preceding the celebrations surrounding the Festival of the Vat, the Ducal Couple and a delegation of notables embarked on a neighborly visit to the court of Queen Calanthe of Sintra. The visit had both a social and political dimension, for the Duchess was hoping Queen Calanthe would follow the dictates of international protocol and repay with a visit of her own, preferably during the above-mentioned festival, thus gracing the celebration with her royal presence. I think we read this one already. Yeah, we did. Let's just finish it anyway. The ducal couple was accompanied by both daughters, Siana and Anna Rieta. It is worth mentioning here that both infants are sprouting like beanpoles, and it shall not be long before it will be necessary to find them husbands. In the case of the elder daughter, Siana, this should not prove a problem, as suitors will flock from all over the civilized world for the chance to be husband to the future duchess, especially when they see her portrait, which will not even require much embellishment. Things are somewhat different in the case of young Anna Rieta, who is overly thin and furthermore auburn-haired. The hope remains, however, that time will add to her charms. As for her character and imagination, neither girl is lacking in either quality in the least. Yeah, too bad Siana had to be exiled, essentially. Oh well, she didn't have to be, but these superstitious folk, you know. Next one, Flyer touting Est. A fantastic wine aged in the farmed cellars of Castel Rivello. You'll be startled by the intensity of its smoky accents. Many years in Beauclair oak barrels have remarkably fortified its taste profile, as Duke Raymond himself was fond of noting. Alright. Flyer touting Vermentino Red. Vermentino Red, a dry red wine produced at Vermentino in keeping with centuries-old traditions. Its strong, slightly peppery taste pairs wonderfully with game and cheese. For many years, Vermentino has graced the table of His Excellency Von Hin, as well as that of the monarchs of Kedwin. I'm not a huge wine drinker myself. Once in a while, maybe a glass or maybe just like a sip. But reading these, it kind of makes me want to drink wine. Flyer touting Coronata Cabernet, a grand wine of vivid taste with hints of birch bark, juniper twigs, and hickory smoke. Almost 200 years have passed since the first Cabernet wine arrived in Tucson from Metina. Ever since, that formidable grape has been used to make the Coronata Vineyard's second most popular wine. Second most popular, yeah, because Est is obviously the most popular. And finally, we have On the Slaying of Blood Slurpers. What the heck is a blood slurper? Guess we'll find out. The fiendish slurpers of blood, the vampires so-called, the dead and yet alive, called by others, are cunning beasts verily. Some suspect they even reason and converse, yet beasts they remain. These vampires lead solitary existences, even their beastly and abominable ilk they shun. The blood slurpers are not idly named, for the blood of the beings is their bread. They hack apart their victims with sharp claws, daggers in truth, though of one with their flesh. Upon feasting, thus they grow in foul force and can turn into flying rats, gaining these animals keen hearing and also a sense of smell to match that of a hound or hind. Okay, so blood slurpers just like vampires, and flying rats are just bats, obviously. It is our luck-seasoned hunters of blood slurpers know ruses with which to trick these horrors and slay them without excessive risk. To kill a vampire easily and surely, it is enough to lure him into the light of the sun. He will then disintegrate into a fine dust at once, ready to be scattered to the four corners of the earth by the next gust. Yet well advised is it to further equip oneself with garlic, lest the horror crawl too close and strike out at the hunter with its dagger claws. Vampires fear garlic with all-consuming terror. The mere smell of it reduces them to violent heaving and sobbing. In this moment, should the hunter pound into the beast's heart a sharpened stake, the second best weapon, the first being the sun, for the killing of the blood slurpers. Alright, all of that might work on lesser vampires, but definitely not on higher vampires, or even elks and bruxa, because Oriana is an elf, or no, she's a bruxa, but she's never bothered by the sun, right? Although, I gotta admit, we've never even seen her in the sunlight, so I don't know. Maybe she is bothered. Yeah, she probably is, because in the trailer, we did see her kind of just disintegrate in the sun. Okay, alright. Maybe she does feel the sun after all. It's interesting how in this book they spelled vampire with a Y, but then there's this one instance in the second paragraph there, they spelled it with an I. I'm pretty sure it's just a typo, but yeah. And there we have it. That's basically all the books we have read. I don't want to say that's every single book available in this game, but I'm confident in saying we've read a vast majority of all the books. And if there are any remaining that we haven't read, then it can't be too many. And I'm pretty sure most of them would be just describing different types of monsters. Because I say this because we did like just loot this random barrel once and then found a book that we haven't read inside. So yeah, maybe there are a few left in this game, here and there, but definitely not too many. A couple at most, maybe 2 or 3. And that's it. That's assuming that there are even books that we still haven't read. But anyways, yeah, that would be all the reading that we will do in this game. So the next time we come back, we're going to finish this series off. Man, it's been a long, long run. But we're at its end here. And I'm kind of sad that this playthrough is going to end. This is the only playthrough I'm going to be doing for The Witcher 3 on YouTube, but rest assured, guys, I will be playing this game again sometime in the future. Most likely before they announce a Witcher 4, or before that game is released, if that game will ever be released. I'm hoping with all my heart that it will be, because I love the Witcher franchise. I love the books, I love the games. It's just a fantastic series. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. For the last time, I will see you guys in the next one.